Day 317 of Everyday Bible with Ada Ukabia. Luke chapter 23, John chapter 18 and 19. From the chapters we will read today, we see drama for courtroom. We see a story of betrayal, leadership, guilt, and even divine purpose. We go walk through the 6 moments we reveal not just what happened to Jesus, but what still happens in our world today and even inside our hearts. When Pilate here say Jesus now from Galilee, him come, he send them to Herod. We dey see the same thing that happen in our world today, where responsibility will go come become uncomfortable, so people go pass on. The decision where Pilate take was political, not moral. Many leaders today, they still they avoid to make tough, righteous choices. Then they choose convenience over conviction. We must learn to avoid passing truth along like saying a burden. Stand for what is right, even when it is unpopular. But we also need to think very well. Say every leader gets his own jurisdiction, abi? He gets his own constituent. So when Pilate realized, say, this one no be from my own place, so he pass am on to Herod, exactly where Jesus come from. Yes, we know say they use tie to avoid all the wahala, but at least they respect the order in that community. So say if you just encroach on somebody's own jurisdiction, somebody's own constituent, at least you go respect that one. When we come read verse 12 of the first book of today, then say that day Herod and Pilate they come become friends. They strange, abi? How shared wrongdoing can unite people. They not just become friends over goodness, but over injustice. Sometimes evil alliances they form when people have a common desire to silence the truth. The question for us be say, who are we bonding with? Now people who they pursue truth have been na people who they fear. We go see say they get many opportunities, many moments when Pilate wanted to release Jesus. But the plan of God had to be unfolded. Redemption required the cross. What looks like saying a defeat is actually a destiny. That one a lesson we're supposed to learn. We feel plead for things to go differently, but a divine purpose can use even human failure to achieve heavenly victory. When we try to explain where Jesus say, if they do this when the tree is green, what will happen when it is dry? Green tree, they represent abi, they symbolize life, innocence, and fruitfulness. That is Jesus himself. If they do such wickedness, such cruelty to Jesus, imagine waiting will happen when hearts grow cold and dry. This one a warning to us that when society lose compassion, injustice will multiply. So they call to all of us, be say, make we stay green, alive in faith, empathy, and truth. That part where Pilate said them put the notice above Jesus' head, where they read, "This is the King of the Jews." Imagine if each one of us will get notice where they go place above our lives. Waiting that one go read, waiting them go talk about us. The one who loved, the one who gave up, I've been the one who believed. Say titles matter less than truth. Waiting people go write about you, it no matter as much as waiting heaven go write about you. So think I'm well. For verse 48, I can't the word that now shock, I've been a regret, and those people get. Because they don't watch the crucifixion. They don't look and say a spectacle. Now later they can't realize the weight of waiting them witness. So how often you and I they also regret too late? After the wrong words, the ignored conviction, the missed chance to stand for truth. The cross where Jesus died on, they call us not just to feel sorry, but to change before it's too late. Now from the second book of today, now they mention say Judas who betrayed him knew the place because Jesus had often met there with his disciples. Judas knew where to find Jesus because Jesus had welcomed him into his inner circle. Sometimes people who know our weaknesses, we know our habits, we even know our sacred places and spaces, now the ones we feel hurt us the most. Yet Jesus no avoid that place. He go there because he knows say Judas go come. That's courage. Facing betrayal without fear, trusting that God's plan stands taller than human plot. This version of John, where they describe how the soldiers come arrest Jesus, then talk say first, when they come to arrest Jesus, and he tell them say, "I am he," then step back, they come fall to the ground. Wow. The same voice where calm storms, where raise the dead when he speak, His authority was too powerful to stand against. So sometimes life's battle, they make us forget who Jesus really is. The one whose presence alone can make enemies stumble. Even when he himself allowed the soldiers to take and go, his divine power remained unshaken. Make you take style apostle. Say as the soldiers they arrest Jesus, he contended and say, I beg, allow these people go. So even at the moment of his arrest, they still protect his disciples. Now so Jesus be, him be our defender. Many, many times we don't escape harm, we don't escape danger without knowing, say that because he stand between us and that danger. Jesus' love for us is never self-focused. Even in crisis, he still think of others first. You see, ogbonge connection if he give you access. When two disciples then follow Jesus to the high priest courtyard, one of them, the other disciple, they say he know the high priest. And through his connection, now he allow Peter enter that place. So sometimes when we pray for open doors, we know they realize, say God, they use relationships as keys. Who you know, who you they work out with. The right connections, if it bring you closer to purpose, just as the wrong ones, like Judas, they fit carry you to your destruction. So make we ask God to help us build divine relationships where God draw us nearer to him. But this particular place where they talk, say, Pilate tell them, what I have written, nothing fit change. He give orders, say, they make that sign where they read Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. The Jewish leaders, they called a protest, but Pilate refused to change it. Even an unbelieving ruler became a vessel for prophecy, declaring Jesus as king to the entire world. God's hand, it can use anyone, even those who don't even believe in him. It can use them to fulfill his word. So when God has spoken concerning you, no one can edit your destiny. The next lesson, now where they talk, say the soldiers will go the cross to guard Jesus, then divide his clothes, but they no touch the garment. They say because the garment is seamless, woven in one piece. They represent unity, perfection, the undivided nature of Christ's mission. Just as his garment was whole, so is his love, his sacrifice, and his salvation. Now, towards the end of today's reading, we'll come learn, say they no break the legs of Jesus when they find out, say he don't die. Those unbroken bones, they remind us that though his body was wounded, his purpose remained whole. God's plan cannot be broken. The blood and the water will flow from his side. The blood, they represent redemption, the price for our sin. The water, they symbolize cleansing, the washing of our souls. So even in death, Jesus, they give. Every drop that flowed, they carry spiritual life to all humanity.